Valve just announced 3 new devices, and honestly, this might shake the gaming market in a big way. It's not just about launching new hardware, it's about changing how we play, and how PlayStation and Xbox might have to react from now on. So let's go through this slowly. Let's start with the new Steam controller. And the cool thing here is that it's made to work with any Steam game, even games that were never designed to use a controller. It has trackpads, gyro controls, back buttons, and now it includes magnetic thumbsticks. These sticks are built to last longer, and they feel more precise. And here's something interesting. Valve added capacitive sensors even on the back of the controller, so just touching it with your finger already activates gyro aiming. Pretty convenient. Another nice detail, the battery. It lasts more than 35 hours. And to make things easier, Valve created something called the Puck. It's a magnetic charger that also works as a wireless adapter. You snap it on to charge, snap it off, and keep playing. The controller works with everything: PC, Mac, smartphones, Steam Deck, and of course, with the next device they revealed. Now, talking about the Steam Machine, this one really stands out. It's a small and quiet PC, but with strong performance. 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck, running games in 4K at 60 frames with FSR. It's made for people who want the console feeling in the living room, but without being locked into a closed ecosystem. And it brings a lot of practical features. SteamOS optimized for the TV, fast sleep and wake, just like the Steam Deck, a slot for SD cards, and even a customizable LED strip that can show system info or just add some style. And since it's a PC, you can install whatever software you want, no restrictions. It already works perfectly with the new Steam controller, using that low-latency Puck connection that's built in. And here's the important part. It's also great as a streaming base. You can stream your games to your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your Steam Deck, and even to the next device that Valve revealed. Now let's get into the Steam Frame, Valve's new VR headset. And the cool thing is, even though it's a VR device, you're not limited to VR games. You can play your whole library, VR titles and regular non-VR titles as well. It's lightweight, comfortable, and completely wireless. It uses camera-based tracking, so you just put the headset on and you're ready. No external sensors. The controllers follow the same idea: motion controls, finger tracking, capacitive sensors, and the same magnetic thumbsticks that the Steam controller uses. Valve even created a dedicated Wi-Fi adapter for fast and stable streaming. And here's something interesting. The headset renders higher resolution exactly where your eyes are looking, so the visual quality focuses on the area that matters most. And on top of that, the Steam Frame is also a PC. It runs SteamOS. You can install games directly on the headset. You can play VR without a host PC, and you can expand storage with a micro SD card. The truth is, Valve is building a new ecosystem here. Steam controller, Steam Machine, Steam Frame, all based on what worked with the Steam Deck, all running SteamOS, all working together in an open and flexible way. And this is very different from what PlayStation and Xbox offer today. Valve isn't selling just a product. They're building a hardware family that can compete directly with consoles, and maybe even go beyond that. Now, to understand the impact, you have to look at the full picture. Valve is unifying 3 ways to play: portable, living room, VR, all using the same library, no restrictions, with PC game prices. This puts Valve in a very comfortable position, because they bring the simplicity of a console, but without losing the freedom of a PC. And the market was already moving toward this idea. But now it becomes a lot more clear. There's also the push toward local streaming. You play on your PC, but you continue on the headset, on the tablet, on the Steam Deck, on your TV, wherever you want. PlayStation and Xbox are still far behind in this area. On Sony's side, 2 problems show up immediately. First, VR. The Steam Frame looks like a serious competitor to the PSVR 2. It's wireless, more flexible, and has a much bigger library. Second, the living room. If the Steam Machine becomes popular, it turns into a cheaper alternative to the PS5. Cheaper games, open system, strong performance. That puts a lot of pressure on Sony, especially because their strategy depends on selling hardware and exclusives. For Xbox, the impact is different, but maybe even stronger. Microsoft always tried to position Xbox as the open console: Game Pass, crossplay, cloud gaming. But now Valve shows up with something even more open. The Steam Machine is almost the Xbox that Microsoft always wanted to make, but without limitations. It runs any Steam game, offers low prices, has full PC and VR integration. And since Microsoft is focusing more on services, this weakens the idea of buying a traditional Xbox console. A lot of players might look at the Steam machine and think, this does everything I want, and more. To wrap it up, what Valve did here goes beyond launching 3 products. They built an ecosystem that works anywhere, in your hands, in your living room, in VR. This creates a shift in the market that we haven't seen in years. Sony will need to rethink the future of VR. Microsoft will need to rethink its hardware strategy, and we, as players, gain more options and more freedom to play however we want. So now I'm curious, does this whole lineup make sense to you? Does it look promising? Or do you think traditional consoles can still hold their ground? See you in the next video.